Welcome to Football 360, Australia's best online football program. We're at the big match of the week at Dorrien Gardens between Perth and Inglewood. The result of that match a little later. We'll catch up with Glory coach Ian Ferguson ahead of the 2012-13 A-League season, and we find out more on the latest bid for a home of football in WA. But first, we love to tell stories when football brings joy to fans of the world game, and for 7-year-old Aidan Brown from Perth, the beautiful game did just that. Aidan's story is a special one. 4 years ago, he suffered a case of viral pneumonia. Since then, he's lost his feet and walks on prosthetics. Football West flew Aidan and his family to Brisbane Suncorp Stadium for the World Cup qualifier between Australia and Japan this week. In front of 40,000 people, Aidan had the honour of tossing the coin before the big match. After the game, Aidan was taken into the change rooms meeting several Socceroos, including Tim Cahill. Goalkeeper Mark Schwarzer gave him his gloves he wore on the night and presented him with a signed Socceroos shirt.
Great to see you today, and my gloves as well that I wore. So there we go, I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully one day see you in the Socceroos show.
Congratulations to Aidan and the Socceroos. He went from villain to hero in the eyes of Glory fans. After leading the Wollongong Wolves to back-to-back premierships, he headed west and had more championship success. But after retiring in 2005, Matt Horsley has been focusing on his policing career, and Football 360 caught up with him in WA's Wild West. He made his mark in the NSL as a staunch defender. Now he's upholding the law, defending the people in Australia's gold capital, where mining, drinking and other sorts all come together. But for Matt Horsley, policing just kinda happened.
I got into it, I thought I might be in it for about a year, 2 years, but look where it's taken me. I've come from downtown Perth to all the way to sunny supposedly sunny Kalgoorlie, and but enjoying the change and enjoying the new experience. Steve, who I work with, suggested that we come and start playing in a new team, and he got me interested because he was keen. The enthusiasm wore off on me, and here I am down here, getting close to 40 now, and I didn't think I'd still be playing at this age, but no, I got the go-go juice in me again.
Horsley says the aim now is to pass on his knowledge of the game to local up-and-comers.
To hopefully make them better players, and also to create a bit of an atmosphere and a bit of culture at Celtic, because there's only 3 other teams in the local region, so you want to have 4 teams that are going to be competitive.
Horsley has won 4 NSL titles, 2 with Wollongong and 2 with Perth. But there's another highlight that stands out in his career.
I was fortunate enough to play for my country once. I was over in Chile against Bulgaria. Got on 15 minutes ago. We were winning 1-0 and we ended up coming off losing 2-1. But I had the biggest smile on my face, and the coach said, "Why are you smiling? You know, we've lost." And I said, "Well, I've achieved everything I wanted to do. I play for my country."
For now, Horsley is happy walking the beat in Kalgoorlie Boulder, where each day is different to the next.
Very, very interesting. Let you know, you don't know what you're going to walk into.
On the back of a stellar season, Perth Glory are determined to go one better and win the A-League Championship after they were arguably robbed in last season's grand final against Brisbane. We catch up with Glory coach Ian Ferguson and get his thoughts on the season ahead in 2012-13.
Motivation obviously is losing the grand final, and obviously the boys getting to where they got to in the season was a fantastic achievement. And the manner that we lost, wasn't the nicest way to lose a game, but that happened, and we've just got to go on with it. But I'm sure there's going to be plenty of motivation for the boys in the dressing room the next time we go out there and play in that park. Michael Twait is a player, mate, that I've admired for over the last 4 years. I've watched him in A-League coming through. I tried to get him at North Queensland Fury. Unfortunately, he didn't come. But he's a player that I've always liked. He's got great attributes, great qualities. Playing out from the back. He's a winner. He's a fit boy. He can do the diagonals. He breaks lines. So something that we were really needing. Something that we really had to try and get that type of player into the club to take us forward. Nicky Ward's another one that we brought back, WA boy. I feel as though he's got great energy and mobility in the middle of the park, and again breaks from midfield going beyond. I just felt as though we were missing that a little bit. Look, we've obviously got our own development in-house as well, where we've got Callum Salmon and obviously Michael Garcia as well at the club at the moment, doing a very good job going out and doing the youths. We've also got a great connection with Football West and NTC, where we're hoping that all these young up-and-coming superstars will come through the national youth team. We are looking, we are out there. It's not a case that we don't go to games. We get lots of recommendations, we bring a lot of people in. So there is a lot of communication, a lot of talking going on now, which is great. I'm pleased to say that, you know, we are all talking and we are all getting around the table, and hopefully we can all come to an agreement on how we're all going to be going forward. When I took over, there was a lot of things that I had to obviously sort out. You know, the culture was a main problem for me. You know, I had players turning up, and I'm not going to name any names, but I had players turning up that were drinking in the morning. Wasn't good. We had players that were late. Wasn't good. Players were doing what they wanted to do when they wanted to leave. Wasn't great. So I had to sort all that out. And we've sat down, and you know, it wasn't just that. The discipline was poor as well at times, and I just felt as though, you know, we had to clear the slate, and that's what I've done. You know, the feeling we've got now in the place is I'm really happy where we're at. You know, there's a good togetherness in there, which is great. You know, that's half the battle when everybody's fighting in the same direction. So yeah, look, there was a few problems. Yes, we have sorted a lot of them out, but we've still got a little bit to go. Yeah, look, I want to be successful here. I want to make sure that if I ever do leave Perth Glory, it's going to be in a good note, not in a bad note when I'm going to get sacked. No manager ever wants to leave there, but if it's going to be in a good note and I've put Perth Glory in a healthy position, and you know, we are competing, and I've always said this, I want us to be a team that's competing in those top 6. And I'm quite an ambitious guy, you know, I want to do well every game. I want to go out there and win every game, same as the players. We want that winning mentality here, and that's what I want to do. I would love that to obviously be installed in Perth Glory. Last year's getting to the grand final was a massive, massive boost for everybody, including the state. You know, I thought that was you know, a tremendous achievement, and we've got to repeat that because the expectations are really high at Perth Glory, and we've got to continue that.
Well, here at Perth Glory, we thought we'd practice some of the things that make QBE great, like 125 years of experience.
Give me 5!
We trialled a new fraud replacement policy.
Can I have
Thanks, Baz.
And comprehensive cover? Well, that seemed like a pretty good idea too. Turns out, what's great for your insurance, not so good for football.
QBE. See how competitive we are with your insurance.
Our congratulations to the winner of our Bring a Buddy competition, which is aimed at bringing registered players to bring more family and friends to the game. In conjunction with Dennis McInerney of McInerney Ford, Football West gave away a Ford Fiesta. The lucky winner was 7-year-old Leo Best of Vic Park Rovers. Leo and his parents, David and Katia, have received the keys to their prize from Dennis McInerney. Football West would like to thank the hundreds of entrants, and we congratulate the Best family. It's time for the Match of the Week highlights now. Ashley Morrison has the details.
With scores level at half-time, Perth started the second half as they'd ended the first. Kay picked out the run of Charlin down the left, who found Onoforo in the box. He rolled the defender, created space for a shot, and was unfortunate to see it rebound off the post, with Suwali beaten. Inglewood also hit the woodwork. Clark broke down the left. His cross was initially blocked by Kilkelly, and the ball came back to James Samet, who whipped it to the back post. Shah misjudged the bounce, and Kanigia pounced, unleashing a powerful shot that beat Dunn but rebounded off the crossbar. In the final minute, Perth had a slice of luck. Naglieri's corner was missed by all his teammates, but struck the unfortunate Nathan Rawes and ended up in the back of the Inglewood net. Inglewood have a never-say-die attitude and went in search of an equaliser. Clark clipped the ball to the back post and it struck the arm of Todd Howarth, and Inglewood had a penalty. Howarth was the only Perth player not complaining. Up stepped James Samet, who sent Dunn the wrong way, and Inglewood deservedly were back on level terms.
You can see the goal in the last minute, an own goal at that as well, and also the boys showed a lot of character to nip back and score straight away.
Yeah, well, there was only a minute left, so we had to score straight away, or not at all. But yeah, it was disappointing. I mean, for a start, it wasn't a corner, and then they got the corner and scored from it. So it's funny how things like that happen. But yeah, it was disappointing, and I thought really we didn't deserve to concede. So, you know, and I was thinking, you know, 1-0 defeat, did we deserve it? No. So we went back and then got a penalty and scored. So all's fair in the end, I suppose.
In other results, the upset of the round was Bunbury Forum Force's 2-1 win over Sorrento thanks to a brace from Aidan Savary. Balcatta's 4-0 victory over the Western Knights was far more flattering than the closeness of the game, while fellow strugglers ECU Joondalup and Armidale played out a 0-0 draw. And title contenders Bayswater City came from 2-1 down to defeat Stirling Lions 4-2. That result moves them into second place on goal difference, 1 point behind Perth. Floreat Athena and Inglewood are also on 22 points, while Sorrento sit 1 point behind on 21. While at the other end of the ladder, Armidale appear to be pulling away from the bottom 3 teams, Bunbury, the Western Knights and Joondalup. This weekend, however, Armidale take on the Western Knights in a 6-pointer. ECU Joondalup take on Inglewood United and Balcatta meet Bunbury Forum Force. Stirling Lions take on Sorrento, and the match of the week is Perth against arch-rivals Floreat Athena.
We've been dreaming and craving for a home of football in WA for years, and as Football West chairman Bob Kachira explains, the dream is slowly turning into a reality.
We're estimating it's probably going to cost around about $20 million to build a boutique stadium with administration, with a home for glory, with possible retail outlets, with physiotherapy rooms, the whole thing, where we can entertain and we can bring teams from Malaysia, teams from Indonesia and that here, where our women's team can be based, our state women's team can be based there, where our state teams can practice and be based, where we can run our waste programs, our high performance programs can be run there. We think that's around about $20 million. Once we lock into a site, once we lock into a firm proposal, and we've already done most of the schematics for that, we've had architects that are engaged that have done a lot of that for us, then we'll go out and we'll be looking for partners. We'll be looking to partner with Glory, we'll be looking to partner with a local government area. But the other element we want to partner with is local football teams themselves. We've got a number of teams now that are knocking on the door to get into the Premier Leagues, and they don't have grounds to play on. So this would be a ground we could share with a number of teams that they would still have their home grounds, but they would play their weekend Premier League team games there, and they would be, regardless of what their home site is like, they would be assured of playing on a first-class pitch, in a first-class stadium.
The critics would say, why would Football West want to facilitate something for Perth Glory?
Look, we've got to look to the future. We've got a marquee team, regardless of whether it's owned by an individual owner, or whether it's owned by shareholders, or whether it's simply owned by the West Australian football family. We never know what the shape's going to be in the future. And why not? Why would we not support our marquee team? Why is this so important? We've got 40,000 people out there playing football. Probably 30,000 of those are kids that see their way right through to the top. Look, Glory is part of that pathway. So the closer we can be with them and the closer links we can have with them, the more we can be totally assured that every kid that sets out to follow that dream, to follow that pathway, has the opportunity to do so.
And that wraps up our 13th webisode of 360. Thanks for watching, and remember to stay in touch. You'll see us again next week.